Why don't you give me a sign? Like the sea that leaves a trail along that shore. It's not your problem, it's mine. Everybody thinks that I'm okay. Sometimes I think I am too. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm waiting for the shockwaves to begin. Oh, won't you let me hold you for one time? Just a rainy day in a London cafe, a London cafe. So give me one last serenade. Say to me, or swear with me till the night turns into day. And it was a shame when daylight faded, because we didn't notice at all.
Oh, give a look.
We're home, Budgie boy. Best place on earth. Welcome to Grimsby. To the ocean we are born, and to the ocean we shall return.
Hi there, I'm Sophia Jessica from the Fan Carpet, and tonight we are here for the premiere of 3-Day Millionaire. What could you tell us about this film?
It's, the concept of the 3-Day Millionaires, they were basically the trawlermen that would go out of Grimsby for 3 or 4 weeks at a time. They'd come back to land for 3 days, and they were known as 3-Day Millionaires because they had 3 days to blow a month of wages, basically. And boy, they did. They had a great time. They'd go to every pub in Grimsby, get these tailors made suits every time, and yeah, just have a fantastic time. And the film kind of starts with that. They come back on land for 3 days, and then they get told they're losing their jobs and their way of life, and they may or may not get roped into a heist to save their very way of lives.
What inspired you to be a part of this film in particular?
Straight away for me, it was a script from day one. Really, I sort of read the script, and I love the style of the film. With the character kind of talking into the camera, and it felt, I guess kind of like Guy Ritchie style. And I loved that. I loved the narration of my character, Curly Dean, sort of narrating the whole film all the way along. But also, the minute I spoke to Jack Spring, the director, I kind of fell in love with Jack straight away. I loved his style, and I loved his ideas and his ambition of what he wanted to do with the film. So, it was quite easy for me to fall in love with it.
All of my family's from Grimsby, so dad's side of the family, so I spent an awful lot of time there as a kid, and I'm a big Grimsby Town fan, as you can see tonight. And spend an awful lot of time up there, and I was pretty sick of the way that the town was being painted in film and TV. There was a film that used the town's name that shall not be mentioned, and didn't paint the town in a very good light. And there's, we've only touched the tip of the iceberg with this. There's only so much story you can tell in 94 minutes, and yeah, I really hope that it kind of opens the door for other movies and TV shows to come and use Grimsby as a location. It's fantastic.
The script was amazing. It got sent to me by Jack. I met Jack a while before, and I thought he was a very talented director. And he sent me the script, written by Paul Stevenson, and I thought, this is an incredible script. And Jack being a brilliant director, it was kind of a no-brainer. The two going together, I was like, he can make a difference for working class sensibilities. A film like this kind of needs to get out there and be shown, so hopefully it'll be seen by lots of people.
The character, most of all. I love the script, obviously. I think it's wonderful to show Grimsby in such a brilliant light, because it hasn't been so much before, and it's such an amazing place. We absolutely love it. We were welcomed so much from day dot. But the character, I love the character. I don't think any of us are too far away from our characters. Maybe that's a bad thing, considering my nickname's Pitbull. But I did have an ex who used to call me Pitbull, so I was like, yeah, I think this means something.
Meant to be, Ross.
Meant to be, yeah.
The script is incredible. When I read it, all the characters completely leapt off the page. It was this sort of mad technical world, and I just wanted to be a part of that. Yeah.
I think it was Jack, the director's passion for it, really. He really sold the script.
when I read it when I was auditioning, obviously I was drawn to it initially because it's a northern script and I really like regional pieces. Like, it's something that's quite true to my heart. Being from the Midlands myself, I really like things that they speak on behalf of the North. But yeah, Jack really sold it to me. It's something that he was really passionate about, and he really wanted to convey the story of Grimsby and their missing fishing industries, and that's something that we learned a lot about when we were there.
And what could you tell us about your character in this film?
Budgie is definitely a product of sort of a working class community. He's never really left Grimsby before, apart from when he goes to Iceland and on the boat when they're fishing. Budgie's definitely a couple of steps behind the rest of the boys. He only got the job because his mum's sleeping with the boss, so yeah, he's very innocent and naive, but through the story we sort of see a growth and a strength to him that I think is really beautiful of those kind of towns.
How did you prepare for your character?
Oh, I spent a couple of days with a guy who he'd been a speed addict for 19 years. So I spent a lot of time with him, sort of talking through, go through each scene, and that was really invaluable actually, and just trying to bring a sense of truth to Koch and what he was going through in every scene.
Well, I'm from London, obviously, so the accent, I was the only southerner in the film, so I was quite nervous about that actually.
I think for me, telling these working class
I've always been sort of quite good at northern accents, but it's quite niche and different to how I thought it would be actually. We had an accent coach, luckily, who was on set with us for at least a week of filming, which was lovely, and we had some coaching with them and whatever, so that was good.
I did, yeah, absolutely. I thought, it's quite important because, my character is a true trawlerman. It's in his blood, it's in his skin. His dad was a trawlerman, his great-granddad was a trawlerman, his granddad was a trawlerman. And, for me to get into that character, I needed to know what these guys went through out at sea, back on at land as well. And we're very fortunate to speak to some ex-trawlermen and, get their stories and their life stories and the fun times, the bad times. All of it really, it's very important to learn all that before we went on screen and tried to portray these characters.
Not too much. I mean, I'm from a working class town myself, so I feel like when I first read the script it really resonated with me, like the characters popped off the page, and I think that was what really attracted to me to the script. Jack had a really beautiful rehearsal process, so we did 2 weeks rehearsal before any of us went on camera. We had a lot of beers in the pub. I think that helped with preparing us for the roles. I mean, these 3 boys are like best friends in the film, and I think it was really important for us to sort of get as close as we could before we started shooting, so it would translate on screen, and I think and I hope we've done a really good job of portraying that.
For my character, that's a really interesting question because I think Jack casted quite well, not to sound big-headed, but he really, I don't know, when we were auditioning, he obviously saw something in each of us that really attributed to the characters. So I think each of us didn't really have to do that much in order to get into the character. It was more about learning about the history and meeting the people. We met loads of ex-trawlermen, loads of family members, and we learned about the history, and we really just wanted to tell the story and do Grimsby justice really and make them feel represented. So.
Yeah, that's what all of your cast members said.
Oh, really?
It's
great. Same track then, that's good.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, all of it was challenging. I think when you're an actor, every scene is so valuable, you don't want to waste a second of it. But the crowd scenes, the crowd scenes with the big extras, like loads and loads of supporting artists, was kind of intense because you knew you were only going to get maybe 1 or 2 takes. So that some of those were quite nerve-wracking, and you feel that collective sort of buzz of everybody in the room, and you sort of think, wow, I need to sort of hit this. Yeah.
Were there any particularly memorable or challenging moments on set, behind the scenes, or editing that you could share with us that sticks out to you?
We were filming in fish factories quite a bit, so the only good thing about wearing masks during filming was the smell didn't come through as much. So that was a little bit of a bonus for us. There were so many great moments. Do you know, the people of Grimsby opened their doors for us. Like, we lost a location last minute because someone was drilling nearby. So I just went and knocked on doors nearby that looked good, that I thought Jack would like. And they literally, come in, no problem. Do you want a cup of tea? And that kind of stuff doesn't happen very often. And that happened all the time. The amount of people of Grimsby who helped us make this film, it wouldn't have happened without them.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. Did you have fun while creating this movie?
Oh, it's great. You know, it took a long time to get financed. It was about 3 or 4 years. So actually making the film, you know, is always the fun part. You know, the way that I work, I'm so homework driven. I do about 6 or 7 months of homework between storyboarding, script analysis. We rehearse for 2 weeks with all the cast as well. So by the time we're actually on set, it's just great fun. You know, you've done 90% of your decision making. It's just a bit of intuition to, you know, tweak performances on a day and see if you can find that extra little bit of magic. I cried my eyes out the day we wrapped. You know, it was quite emotional because I just had such a good time, and I'm so sad that I'm not going to be, you know, working with every single person, you know, on the same shoot again. You know, it was quite sad, and but yeah, I had such a wonderful time. Honestly, it was a pleasure of a lifetime, and yeah, I just feel so lucky to be at the helm of it.
A particular moment for me was we was filming on a boat called the Ross Tiger, and that was used as a real trawler boat back in the day. It's now a static museum, but we got access to that to film on it as a set. And I mean, speaking to the tour guide, like, he would point out in the beds which trawlermen died at sea, and I think there was a real resonance and like poignancy to shooting that day, because I was just like, it just really reminded us that we were telling real stories of people in the fishing industry. So for me, that was a particularly like memorable day.
Wow.
We were shooting during COVID, so that was fun. We did 1,100 COVID tests and not a single positive one. So we were, particularly lucky with all of that, yeah. And yeah, I mean, every single shot is shot in Grimsby. You know, the furthest we went out was a couple of miles away, a little town called Waltham. It was all financed by Grimbarians as well, so individuals and corporate sponsors in Grimsby. So I don't think you'll ever get a film that's more Grimsby than this. And yeah, it's such a joy. You know, the town really embraced us with open arms, and you know, we had like nearly 1,100 people at the premiere there on Friday night, and yeah, it was just fantastic. You know, fantastic.
Wow, that's a big question.
There's loads of beautiful, vibrant characters in those worlds, and I think
we're all mad. Sam Glen standing next to me. He'd vouch for me. We're all mad in real life, so that was quite challenging at times. Big personalities. But you know what? It was wonderful because Jack Spring brought us all in for 2 weeks before to rehearse, and that really made us bond. Really made us bond. You know, we had our ups and downs, but I tell you what, we're going to be friends for life. It's been a journey, and I'm so glad I've been on that journey with these guys.
That's wonderful. What was it like working with the director and all your colleagues? How was that feeling on set?
It was amazing. We fell in love like a big family. And working with Jack, I mean, Jack is just incredible. He creates such a safe environment to work in. And you can just follow your impulses and try new stuff. It was amazing. I love working with Jack.
That's awesome. Do you want to mention a bit about your podcast?
Sure, yeah. I mean, that's how I met Jack, actually. I run the Filmmakers podcast, and on that, Jack came on as a guest, and that was how we first met. And now we run a company together and make films together. So it's basically a podcast all about helping people, and we have amazing filmmakers come on and chat about how they make their films. So
that's really great.
Yeah.
What's the podcast called?
The Filmmakers Podcast.
The Filmmakers Podcast.
Yeah. Inspiring for young filmmakers coming up and filmmakers in life.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Do you have a personal favourite film you could tell us about?
My favourite film?
Yeah.
Oh God, now you're putting me on the spot. One of my go-tos is Midnight Cowboy. I adore that film.
And why is that?
I think because there's a sadness to it. There's a longing, and just the chemistry, man, between Dustin Hoffman and John Voight. Yeah, beautiful.
Make me want to watch it now.
Yeah, so good.
What are you wanting to be involved in next with your creative pursuits? Whether it's something you've got planned or what you want to be involved in next?
Well, myself and Jack, we run a production company with Andrew Pettit, Shush Films, and we've got our next film about to go forward right now. So we're casting right now at the moment. So yeah, it's good. It's good. And there's a few other projects that are on the go. So let's see what happens.
Keeping busy.
Keeping very busy, yeah.
I hope you enjoy your night tonight, and thank you for the interview.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
I want to continue being part of like indie things. I really love independent films. I love small writers. I love really like gritty British indie dramas. That is just like what I really hope to be part of. Also, if a blockbuster comes to me, I'll be there as well. Lovely.
I hope you enjoy your night. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got a thing coming out on ITV with Vicky McClure and Johnny Harris. I think it's out December the 28th on ITVX. and I've just wrapped on something with Idris Elba and Neil Maskell for Apple TV. So yeah, I've been doing that for the past 6 months, but it's quite nice to get home and see my family. I've got a little daughter and my fiancée, so I've been away a lot the past year, so it's really nice to get home and spend Christmas with them and relax really. So
oh, that's lovely. I hope you enjoy your night and wish you luck with the rest of your projects.
Thank you so much. It's absolutely lovely to meet you. I hope you enjoy the film, by the way.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. You take care. All the best. Thank you.
Ooh, I've got a couple of TV jobs coming out next year. Got Brassic for Sky One, which will be quite fun. A couple that I can't talk about right now, but hopefully someone will employ me after this film, so fingers crossed.
I wish you all the best. Nice talking to you, and I hope you enjoy your night.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Cheers. Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm doing a thing in Hong Kong next year, which is really exciting. I'm really stoked to be doing that. It's kind of it's based on, I don't want to say too much about it, but it's based on string theory, and it's all the scenes are improvised, so it's these parallel universes, different incarnations of this one kind of very toxic relationship. So I'm super stoked to be starting work on that.
That's awesome. We hope to see you more soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take
nice
care.
to meet you. Cheers.
So we've got a production company, Sush Films, which is me, Giles, Andrew, and Adam, and to work with them guys every day is fantastic. And yeah, we're doing a Christmas movie set in York that we're shooting next year, which is very exciting. So yeah, I'm 2 months into prep on that one, simultaneously touring 3-Day Millionaire and doing all the fun stuff. And so yeah, it's pretty full on, and yeah, it's going to be another kind of busy year, hopefully.
Busy, but sounds fun. Enjoy your night.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here.
How does it feel to be here today at the premiere?
It's incredible. I mean, I'm just so stoked to be able to share this film, to share Grimsby with the world. And I think, I think this film deserves for everybody to see it. I really hope that it does find its audience, because it's a really great piece of work, I think, with loads and loads of heart.
Wonderful. Mainly because I have my beautiful mother here, right here, over there, who I wouldn't be here without her. She's amazing, and she's paid for all of my acting coaching as I was a kid and whatever. I've been doing it a long time. I hate to say it, but I have. And my husband's here as well, and that's what means the most to me, really. But Leicester Square, I mean, wow, you can't get much better, can you?
Exactly. I'm glad they're here to support you, and hope you enjoy your night.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. Take care.
Amazing. I mean, we did one last Friday in Grimsby, and that was amazing. I mean, it was so important that Grimsby was the first people to see it, because it's about their town, and I think Grimsby's been painted in a slightly negative light over the years through the media, and for us it was really great to share it with them. I'm really excited tonight because all my friends and family are here, so hopefully they'll enjoy it.
That's wonderful.
It's exciting, there's a lot of, I guess there's a lot of important people here tonight, people from the industry, people from the music industry, a lot of family and friends here tonight as well. So I'm really excited to see what people think about the film. I hope everyone enjoys it and loves it as much as we do. And yeah, very excited to see what they think.
Really exciting. We had our last one, we had our first world premiere up in Grimsby, which was so warm and lovely. That was on Friday last week. And we did really feel like we did them proud. It's going to be really interesting to see what everyone here thinks, because obviously it's a different demographic, and it's not a story told about this town, so hopefully everyone gets it and everyone makes us feel warm.
I'm sure they will.
I hope so.
This is incredible. I mean, look at this behind me now. This is, we created this, and look what's happening. It's, yeah, for a producer, this is like, yeah, this is top of the chain of filmmaking. So yeah, Leicester Square premiere. Yeah, I can't describe how I'm feeling right now. I'm just buzzing.
That's really great to hear. And could you tell us about your personal favourite film?
My personal favourite film? Bloody hell, that's hard.
One of them.
Ken.
The rehearsal process.
Oh my God, now I can't think of that. Hayley Squires is a massive inspiration to me, and what's the name of the film now? I can't think.
Any of her films?
No, it was Ken Loach. It was amazing. Oh my God, how embarrassing! I can't think of it. Anything she's in is amazing. But I do love Love Actually. I wouldn't mind doing a Christmassy film at some point.
Hopefully this goes out there to directors.
Yeah, maybe.
Into the Christmas film.
Ooh, good question. Probably Snatch. So we've got Robbie G in this, who was in Snatch, which is very exciting. There was one story, we were doing some car shooting, so I was in the kind of trailer thing, and I was directing him on a walkie-talkie, and he asked the same question. He was like, "What's your favourite film?" I was like, "Snatch." He was like, "No, don't lie." I was like, "No, it's seriously, like that film kind of got me right into filmmaking, and I think that there's elements of that style that are definitely in the film that you'll probably pick up on tonight."
That's awesome.
My all-time favourite film, I mean, I love Guy Ritchie's work, which is definitely a huge influence on Jack's work. I also love Interstellar. I'm a bit of a sci-fi geek. Anything that can bend my mind or make me question reality or the world, I'm definitely a big fan of.
That's great.
I'm a huge fan of Danny Boyle's work, and Slumdog Millionaire for me is something that just penetrated through, a lot of the work that was happening at the time, and it just was a breath of fresh air, and I love that. A director who challenges stuff and isn't always the same, and shows a different side to their filmmaking abilities. Yeah, I love that film.
One of my favourite films.
But as it's real people and there's.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
That is a very
really
big question.
And hopefully that really shows out.
Interstellar.
Yeah, we'll see.
I just love the epicness of it. I love just, when you go into a cinema and you have an experience, that is just what I love doing this for. So, yeah, Interstellar.
Interstellar, great answer. It's on my to-watch list. I think you've put it higher.
Not watched it.
I've not watched it yet. I think I will now.
You need to. You definitely need to.
One of my favourite films.
Personal favourite film.
Okay, so one of my favourite films is a film called In Bruges. Absolutely fantastic film. A favourite director of mine is Guy Ritchie. So yeah, a lot of his films, Lock, Stock and The Gentleman, and yeah, all that really.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for more content.
This is it, boys.
My love, how did it go?
Pretty good, thanks. Not too quick or anything.
I'm here on the largest of the Balearic Islands, Mallorca. With the turquoise waters of the Mediterranean Sea, beautiful mountainous landscape, the thriving city of Palma, quaint little market towns, a growing number of luxury hotels, it's no surprise that the likes of Audrey Hepburn and Elizabeth Taylor like to holiday here. So come and join me as I take you round Mallorca.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.